Okay, so I'm going to go through the majority, except for the last couple of questions on the quiz you did on Tuesday. It proved to be quite difficult for us. And I think it was just very, very small mistakes. I know one or two of them was just reading the question wrong. If it asked you for a different thing, you'd have all been correct. But I made the mistake in my video as well, so happens to the best of us. I want you to watch this whole video, and I'm going to just give you a very short amount of questions afterwards to show some improvements, so maybe 4 or 5 questions afterwards. So the majority of this lesson is going to be spent watching this. So do take your time to watch this and make notes. So this first question we did fine, so I'm not going to labour on it too much, but I do just want to go through it. Our starting point is 2000. It's 3% increase, so we wanted to have 1.03, and it's for 3 years. So we're going to raise that to the power of 3. We just want to type that into our calculator. And we're going to get £2,185, and I'm rounding this to 2 decimal places because that is what we talk about money with. So the answer is B. This question 2 was one of them where we got an answer that could have been correct, but we didn't read it spot on. It says, what is the total interest earned? So a lot of you found the value afterwards. So a lot of you did the first step of working fine, so it was 11,000 times by 1.04 because of a 4% increase, to the power of 4 because of 4 years. And when you found that, you will have got 12868.44 pence. However, that is his total value after his kind of investment has come in, or his interest has come in, but they haven't asked that. They've asked for the total interest earned. So when you ask for the total interest earned, it's kind of just the extra money we get. So to do that, we want to do what he's ended up with, take away what he started with. So when we do that, we would get D. So that's the actual money he's made. That's his profit, you could say. Question 3 was another weakly answered one again, I think just because of a misreading of a question. So with it depreciating by 10, we want to times it by 0.9. And with it being 4 years, we want to do that to the power of 4. So our starting value times by 0.9 to the power of 4. That is going to get me £2,296 and 35 pence. I don't know why that's so far apart. That isn't our answer though, and I think that's where a lot of us tripped up. It's asked us, how much will the value of the card decrease? Not what is the value after it decreases, but how much will it have decreased by? So we want to find the difference between the start and the end value. So I'm going to do 3,500 take away 2,296 and 35p. And that is going to give me £1,203 and 65 pence. So B is what I'm going to be after. Let's see what we're on. Question 4, how well did we do? This was another one that was kind of on the weaker side of answering. So I mentioned this one on my video. We'd kind of just trial and error this to the best of our ability. So a house price increases, we don't know what that is. So I'm just going to say, well, that's my empty box, that's my starting value. It increases by 15%, so I'm going to times it by 1.15. And we don't know what the power is. But we know that we want that to be at least 2 times the starting value, which is this. 2 times the starting value. We basically want to think, well, this we want to be 2 or higher, because we're going to do the starting value times by this. So as soon as that gets 2, we've doubled the starting value. So if I try 6 years, that's going to be 1.5 to the power of, 1.15 to the power of 6. That gets me 2.31. So after 6 years, the value has increased by 2.31 times. I'm just going to check 5 years, because if 5 years is also over 2, then we'd have that, because that's the first. That's kind of, we want it the earliest year that this happens, that it doubles. So that's going to be 2.01. So that definitely is there, but I'm just going to check 4 years again, just to be sure that that is under 2. So yeah, that is 1.749. So after 4 years, it increases at a rate times by 1.75, and then after 5 years, it increases by 2. So it doubles. What are we on? Question 5. Question 5 was done well, so I'm actually going to skip this one out. Question 6 was somewhere in the middle, so let's have a go at it. The jacket is reduced in a sale by 10%. A customer has a loyalty card with a further 5% off the price. Okay. So we want to think, well, this is going to be done in different stages, and I'm actually going to do no, I'm not. I'm going to stick with this. So if it cost £90 originally, well, we want to do £90 to start with, and we want to reduce by 10%. So 10% is going to equal to £9, and when we reduce, that's going to give us £81, because £90 take away 9. They get a further 5% of the new price. That's the really key thing. You can't just do 15% of the total and take it off. It's a further 5% off the price. So it's off this new price. So 5% of £81. That is going to be £4.05. So when I reduce this, I'm going to do 81, take away £4.05, and I'm going to get £76.95. And then a similar style of question, question 7. Again, this was probably one of our worst answered ones, so it's really important that we do this one. A lot of people thought it was this, but that is wrong. So just like this, we had to do it in 2 steps. It wasn't the same as just taking off 15%. So this is the same, basically. If it doesn't give you a price, and it asks you to kind of figure out a percentage reduction, just pretend, just say that the price is £100. Because it doesn't matter what the price is, the percentage reduction will be the same for any single price with these percentage reductions. And because we state it as £100, that's really easy to tell a percentage reduction, because a percentage is out of 100, so it makes our question a lot easier. Well, first I'm going to reduce by the first sale, which is 20%. So 20% of 100 equals to 20. So when I reduce, It's £80 after the first sale. And then we're going to do the second sale, which is 10%. So I want to find 10% of the new price, which is 80. And then I want to reduce. So 80, take away 8. And that is the price. So overall, it's gone from £100 to £72. So the percentage change there would be 28%. Because 28% of 100 would be 28, and we'd take that off. So this is a 28% decrease. So we can see from that example, we've shown that it's not 30. It's definitely 28. So always just test it out with numbers when you've got something like this. Okay, we're on to question... Is this question 7 now? I've lost track. I should have labelled these. Question 7. Okay, so we'll do a couple more questions. I'm not going to go through all of them. An athlete increases by a fifth. That is 20%. She runs 1 kilometre on day 1 and increases by 20%, so 1.2. And she does this for 8 days. I do actually think there was a mistake on this question, and if you got A, you would have been correct. So maybe a lot of people got A. I can't remember off the top of my head. So I'm just going to do that. And I'm getting 4.2998, etc. So to the nearest 100 metres, that would be 4.3 kilometres. So I do think quite a few people got that right. However, I'm not sure what they were wanting the answer, but that's definitely the right one. Okay, and then I'm going to pick out 2 more questions. So let me just count my numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was question 8. I want to do question 12, so 9, and I want to do question 10. So I'm going to do question 10. So question 10, again, this is one where you need to show an example to just see it work. So I'm going to say that there's a rectangle with height 1 and length 2. The area of this is 2. I'm actually going to change this to be 10 and 20, just because I think that might be a bit easier. So we've got 200 as my area. Well, if I do the changes they've said, and I increase this one by 20%, well, the length of this now would be 12. And if I decrease this one by 20%, the length of this would be 16. So now the area is going to be 12 times by 16, which is going to be 192. They're definitely not the same, so we can cross that out right now. It's gone down, so it's not an increase. Let's just double check that it is a 4% decrease. So to find the percentage change, we need to find the change, divide it by the original, and times it by 100. So that's 8 divided by 200 times by 100. And that gives me 4%, and it's a 4% increase. This would work if you increase this by 20% and decrease that by 20%. Try it out. You'd get 8 and 24, and 8 times 24 is 192. So it works no matter which side, and you can try it with any numbers you want. It's going to work exactly the same. So that was 10, and I wanted to do 12. Okay, so this is a bit of an awkward one. But what's single multiplier? So if we were to answer this question normally, we'd set it up like that, wouldn't we? A 4% increase for 2 years with a start of 3,000. They're basically saying, well, single multiplier is, what is this number? What is 1.04 to the power of 2? And it is 1.0816. So that's your answer. Is there one more I want to go through? No, I think that's it for today. So thank you for watching. Scroll back through if you need any help with other kind of the questions, and I'm going to give you a couple questions similar to this for you to have a go at. All right, cheers.